Hey guys, welcome to the Horoscope 101 channel. I'm RossyBoy19 and this is actually James's day, but he's away on vacation, and the reason that I am using his date is because I'm going to be away tomorrow and Wednesday, so I won't be able to make my horoscope video on Wednesday. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video very quickly to kind of get it up there. Now, because I was on vacation last week, I missed last week's stream, so I'm going to do last week's stream and this week's stream in one video. Sorry about that. The lights, we've got no power at the moment for some reason, so I'm using natural light, so sorry if it's a bit too bright or not as bright. Anyway, so last week's theme was Scream Queen Week. Now I thought, obviously like Claire said in her video, I instantly thought Jamie Lee Curtis, but then I was like, no, I can't do that because I think she's one of the more obvious ones that people would pick. So I tried to go for one that people wouldn't really pick, and maybe even a newer Scream Queen or kind of underrated Scream Queen. And I went with Jane Levy, I don't know how you say it, Levi, who played Mia in the recent Evil Dead reboot, remake, reimagining, whatever. And the reason for that is because I really thought she done so well in that. I haven't really watched her programme Suburgatory before, and I have seen it, but I've not watched like full episodes yet. So the fact that she went from comedy to this, and this is like not just like a typical slasher movie, but Evil Dead is really intense, really gory, and I think you need to have some acting chops to do what she done, especially the role that she done with being possessed and all that. And I feel like that she done so well, so well, and I think she deserves the title of 2013's Scream Queen. Hands down, she deserves that, because I think she is, you can tell by the way she looks, by the way she acts in a horror movie, she is that new face of horror. And I have seen interviews with her where she said that she wouldn't do another horror film unless it was a sequel to the Evil Dead, which, by the way, there might be a sequel to the Evil Dead remake. I don't know if she's going to be in it, but in case you haven't seen it, I'm going to say she's not going to be in it. So yeah, but I don't know, she might be, you never know. The magic of writing. As a writer, I know that you can make anything up, and in terms of film, worlds, anything can happen. So yeah, you never know. But I don't think, once you've had a taste for horror or even thriller, you can't go back, you can't turn back from that. And I really do, I personally would love to see her in another horror film, just because I feel like she would do so well in another role, hopefully kind of like this. But I think it's great that she's saying that, because she's done horror now, and I think the fact that her role was so intense and her role was so demanding and so stressful that I don't think that she would want to do it again, or maybe to that level, whether that means that she's a supporting character in a horror film, or she's in a horror film for like 5 minutes and then gets killed off, but to rule out not being in a horror film altogether again is a little bit hasty, because I personally, like I said, I personally think she done really well, and she shouldn't dismiss something that I really think she was very powerful. Her performance was very powerful in that movie, and I don't think that, I think that she's kind of taking a risk and kind of saying that, very like, oh, I'm not going to do horror again, and I'm like, you've done really well, so you shouldn't stop doing it just because it was demanding. But anyway, that's not the point. That's different issues with me. I think, personally, I just think that if you're good at something and you can get better at it, still, I do feel like she could have done slightly better, but she was still brilliant. I feel like she could be the next kind of tech, not Jamie Lee Curtis in terms of the kind of horror film, but Jamie Lee Curtis in terms of being known for horror, Anyway, so going back to the actual theme, which is Scream Queen Week. I just think that her, I would show you the DVD, but the UK haven't got the DVD yet until the 12th of August. So yeah, so sorry I can't show you in. Usually I do like to kind of have something to kind of show you. I'm not going to show you what this is, but quick, it's from my next theme. I don't want to show you it. So yeah, anyway, so I just think that she was very, very powerful in her performance. One of the most powerful scenes in the movie and one of the most disturbing and distressing scenes was the infamous tree rape scene, and I kind of feel like they cut a lot out. Like, not that I wanted to see it, I'm not saying that, but usually there's ways of, I done editing not very well, done editing in college, so I know when things are obviously edited out and when they do it subtly so that you can't really tell when things are edited. And for some reason, in that scene, it was really choppy. It was really like, cut, 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 cut. And I was like, right, that's fine, cutting it out, but don't make it obvious that it's cut out. That's the only scene that disturbed me, but annoyed me by how it was filmed and how it was shown. Like, if you're going to cut it out, by all means do that, because it was disturbing enough. But don't make it obvious that you're cutting it out. Whether that's just in the UK one, whether that maybe, you know, I don't think there was that many cuts. I think there was like maybe 2 or 3, but I just felt like they were cutting out. It was too obvious that they were making cuts, and I kind of like, okay, don't make it obvious, but clearly you're cutting things out. Anyway, that's a different point again. I keep going off track. But anyway, I'd like to say that was her most powerful scene, I think, and the scenes where she was the demonic thing, the zombie thing, I don't know if it's a zombie, but anyway, when she's possessed, her performance of that and the things that she had to say were so disturbing and so vile at times, and like, for an actor, like, it kind of reminds me of Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Now, granted, I don't know for definite, so please do not get annoyed if I get her age wrong. I'm guessing Jane Levy around about my age, 21, 22. She might be younger, she might be older, I don't know. But that's still pretty young to have that much intensity in a role, you know, and especially for someone who literally just came into acting, because she's only been acting since like 2010. You know, so she's literally, and then with Linda Blair being 12 and The Exorcist, it's like, it's kind of, you know, you can kind of see kind of similarities between Jane Levy. I'm going to look that up, that's annoying me now. I don't have anything to look it up on. But yeah, I feel like, you know, there's a lot of similarities between her and other iconic horror actresses like Jamie Lee Curtis with The Innocents, and then Linda Blair with the possession thing. But I really think that this horror film and Jane Levy's performance took the final girl to a whole new level and to a whole new thing, and made it very modern, made her fight back, made her be the powerful one, you know. And I kind of like the fact that for once these characters, I'm not just talking about me, I'm talking about the film in general, these characters fought back, you know. They didn't take shit, you know. When shit was thrown at them, they threw shit right back. Not literally, obviously that would be like, that would take it way over the top. It was gory enough, we don't need to see that. But yeah, so I just thought it was absolutely, you know, her performance was outstanding in that film. Personally for me, I know that other people didn't think so, but for me, she is the scream queen of the year in my opinion, and I honestly do hope that she does more horror films, because I think that she's a fantastic actress and she's got a long career ahead of her. Anyway, second theme, I've spent long enough, I'm not going to say it. The next theme is Wes Craven, non-Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven week. I have picked Red Eye from 2005, starring Cullen Murphy, sorry if I get that name wrong, and Rachel McAdams, directed obviously by Wes Craven. About a woman on a plane, on a red eye, plane back to her home. She's the manager of a hotel. This guy comes in and starts threatening her, saying that I'm going to, you know, destroy the hotel if you don't do these things for me. I'm going to, you know, get someone to kill your family if you don't do this for me. And the fact that the whole film is set more or less like 85% of the film is set on this red-eye flight. It's so intense and a very, very powerful performance from both our lead actors. A phenomenal film and one of Wes Craven's best, in my opinion. This is one of his best modern, like kind of recent films. I really do enjoy this. I really do. It's a film that I would watch again. Even though it is an intense thriller, it's still a really easy watch. You know, it's not something like, you know, it's not something like, you know, try to think of something like, you know, it's not something like Psycho where like it always, you know, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's an easy watch, but it is still very enjoyable. You can't take your eyes off it. You get very involved in the story, and I think that the fact that, you know, Rachel McAdams at this point was very, very successful. She had The Notebook, she had Mean Girls, she had a few other things, I'm pretty sure, and this was one of the kind of one of the ones that Rachel McAdams had around about her kind of peak. I know that she's still a big actress now, but this is like kind of the beginning of her career. And I just think that to go from Mean Girls and into The Notebook and into this, you just seen how versatile her acting is and how much variety and range she has in her acting roles and acting ability. And I just thought that, you know, in terms of Wes Craven as well, it's one of his better films. Because again, at this point, as we all know, Wes Craven kind of, as James keeps saying, Wes Craven's personally one of my favourite directors, but I do agree with James, Wes Craven's a hit or miss director. He's had a lot of hits, but he's also had a lot of misses. And this is one of his hits, in my opinion. One of his modern, recent hits. This is released by Paramount Pictures, in case you're wondering. Don't know if that's and I don't think that's internationally, so it might be a different studio in America, but I'm not too sure. But it is Paramount here. Really, really good. I highly recommend it. If you like intense thrillers but are not like, you know, really intense, that like you know how you get those ones that actually distress you. It's not like that. It's one that is very enjoyable to watch, but it's something that's so unreal, but at the same time it could happen, and that's the thing that kind of terrified me about this film. But I do absolutely love this film. Like I said, one of my favourite Wes Craven films. I would probably put it in my top 10 maybe Wes Craven films. Has he even got 10 films? Yeah, he has. Way more than 10 films. But you know what I mean. I don't know if it would be in my top 5 Wes Craven films, but it is an absolutely brilliant watch. Brilliantly made, brilliantly directed. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10. No, 9 out of 10. There are a few kind of things here that I would say shouldn't have been in it. I felt like it was a bit too short, and then some scenes were dragged on too much. But if you want to see a fuller review, let me know down below, and I will do a more in-depth review of Red Eye on my main channel, Boy19, and I will leave a link to that channel, my main channel, down below. So yeah, so definitely check out Red Eye. It is fantastic, and from all angles it is fantastic. The acting, the story, the dialogue, the directing was fantastic, so definitely check out Red Eye. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned on Horoscope for the rest of the week, where we also have a new member as well, so check him out tomorrow. Then we'll have our regular people on as well. So yeah, and I'll see you guys soon. James will be back next Monday to kick off next week's theme. I was happy enough to, you know, I hope James is okay with me taking this day. But there won't be any videos on Wednesday from me on here. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon.